Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm gonna take what we're gonna talk about as a victory. I'm gonna say it's too little too late for George Floyd. I'm gonna say that we're still having to fight because we have David McAtee and we have protesters that are still being peaceful protesters that are still being, pepper sprayed and tear gassed and rubber bullets being shot at them. But today, Minneapolis Police Department is going to be investigated for civil rights violations, which is a huge, huge step in the right direction, in my opinion. Because, and once again, you will never hear me say that cop's name. He doesn't deserve my time and energy. He just gets douchebag cop number one. Well, douchebag cop number one had a total of 18 complaints set against him. 18 excessive force. There were shootings. He's shot multiple people before. And if you know anything about cops, they don't normally fire their weapon that often. 18. And he still had a job. Please explain that to me. And you cannot tell me that there is not a systematic problem within certain police departments. Because in 2016, when the Baltimore, Maryland Police Department was investigated for civil rights violations, like they're about to investigate Minneapolis PD, they found systematic racism within the department. I mean, they had cheat sheets for filling in things like trespassing with black male and things like that, where they were stereotyping. And with the person investigating them for civil rights violations in Maryland, they still managed to say, "Stop that man." And then the sergeant was like, "Stop that man," and frisk him to a police officer. He was like, "But sir, he's not doing anything wrong. He's black. Basically, find something." That was with the civil rights person in the car. So, yeah. It's going to be interesting when you look at the Maryland case and then you look at the similarities here. What's going to come out of the Minneapolis PD? Because I suspect, like Baltimore, Maryland, there was systematic, ingrained racism within the department. There was a systematic, ingrained system that targeted black men. Because most of those 18 charges that were levied against, well, not 18 charges, but 18 allegations that were levied against Officer Douchebag, most of them, if not all of them, were levied by people of color. Do you see a pattern here? Because I see a pattern, and when I see a pattern, I'm like, So, like I said, it's going to be really interesting to see what comes out of that investigation. I'm hoping to see a systematic dismissal of any cop who is in that department that is still racist, that has excessive force charges, that is anywhere in the same department as those 4 officers. Because until we get rid of all of the bad officers, I don't care if you have 1,000 amazing, wonderful, perfect officers. As long as you have 10 on the force and that 1,000 that are doing that thin blue line and covering it up for them, you are going to have a problem. You are going to have police brutality. So I'm all for going in there and weeding every single one of them out and then going after the ones that have covered up for them. Because until we say no, and until we say, if you are a racist piece of garbage cop, if you are there just to be a bully and to do some sort of power trip, it's not the job for you. We're going to have a problem. So yes, I consider the civil rights investigation into the Minneapolis PD a huge victory. I want to see the report that comes out of it. I will be reporting on the report that comes out of it, because we absolutely have to hold our police officers accountable. Because until the system changes, the system is the problem. All right, guys, I will see y'all later.